Kurt Collab does the same thing. He hires these girls to do OF and stuff. 360, not even 360, they 720 deals. He doing 720 deals. For everything you make, I'm getting literally 95%. And then any extra ads or any extra revenue, and you have to be on my every waking beck and call. That's the deal. And it's sad, but like, these girls are idiots. You see a deal like that, and you're saying, yeah, let me just sign right here. When your whole life is on the internet. Video by Trap University. When I was growing up, I was a YouTube baby. I was a YouTube kid. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing, because whenever you told me, I was going and searching it up. How to. I was back in the how-to days. You feel me? Like the peak how-to days. In 2007, I'm building, and I tell y'all this all the time. Very launchable. YouTube University. They know me. My family know me. Ask him. Ask him. He know. He probably know. He'll figure it out. That was me growing up. But now when I get older, I'm like, and I want to be a creator before I ever did this. I just started this a few months ago. Now I look back and I'm like, I'm so happy my life was not on the internet. It would have been a crazy upbringing. But without further ado, make sure y'all subscribe.
She been comment me.
Turns 28 on May 7th, 2026. In the first video uploaded on his channel,
Wait, what?
Mr. Beast turns 28.
Mr. Beast turns 28. Dang. I thought he was younger than that. I thought he was like 25 or something.
On
like
May
that.
7th, 2026. And the first video uploaded on his channel is from February 20th, 2012. Which, at the time of my recording, was 14 years ago. And this video was uploaded a few months before.
Oh my goodness, what year was the Harlem Shake? I was in the bathroom and I uploaded a video to YouTube, the Harlem Shake. Took that down so fast, and I forgot the password for it too. Took that down so fast once I came to my senses, like 4 years later. Took that clean down. People was like, is this you? Is this you? They search my name. Is this you? Is this you? Don't search me. Please don't search me. Please don't search. You search me on Google, it was popping up.
His 14th birthday. Meaning that by next year, Jimmy will have officially been a YouTuber for longer than he wasn't. And there's really no easy way to word this, but what I'm saying is by next
like
year,
LeBron.
technically, he can say that
he like LeBron, he like Kobe, he's like who else went to the NBA out of high school? Kevin Garnett. He's like everybody.
He's been a YouTuber for more than half the time that he's been alive. That's insane. But I guess it's kind of like how LeBron has been in the NBA for 20 years.
That's what I
despite
just
the fact
said.
That he was still under 20 when he got drafted. But this must be a weird experience, having a huge portion of your life on the internet. But there's different levels to it. Like you have Neon, who's been on YouTube since he was 12 because he started about 10 years ago, which means that he's been a content creator for about 54% of the time he's been alive.
Oh my
before we start this video, I just want to say, I'm sorry I haven't been uploading.
Oh my goodness, he is a cheat. I was about to say cheat. He's a full-on squeaker. How did I know? He was a person who was calling you racist slurs in the chats. You talking about, who was that? Who was that? And they left. Yeah, this was him. He'll go to your thing. He'll cuck you too. You just mad. You just sitting there mad. I can't win. Every time you guard him, no matter what he do, you hear, damn, step back, turn around. Ain't no way. Damn, how's he doing this? In the step back, cross, slide, half court shot. You like, damn, and he hit you with a slur and dip off. This is him.
Too much, just been focusing on school a little bit.
But then, on a whole other level, you have Farron from the royalty family.
And for those that don't know, that sound is when you green. Like when you make a perfect shot. There's a meter, you make a perfect shot. When it goes in, that's the sound it makes. So basically, he doesn't miss.
And even if you're not 11, you've probably still seen or heard of this channel because it's huge. But the kid is 15, okay? And right now, a lot of the content
I never heard of that.
Seems to revolve around, I guess, puberty? Like, will my mom like my new girlfriend? I crashed my mom's car. Anyway, you get it. First day of high school, I found my long lost dad. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at that one, but damn, bro, look at this AI thumbnail expression. How can I look at this and take it as a serious moment? He actually did the face. I guess this video was just like a prank that he was pulling on his stepdad, but he's gonna grow up one day, and I can't imagine going on YouTube right now and seeing my 15-year-old self with my girlfriend from, what, freshman year of high school? Anyway.
Damn, so basically whoever he gets in contact with is just gonna start their own social media. Because that's what it becomes essentially when you're this person. When you're that person who does this for everything and everybody who comes around you, she's gonna come in, she's gonna get people and notoriety, right? She's gonna break off if y'all dip out and you guys just don't understand each other and go your separate ways. She's gonna start her own page, probably slander you a little bit, just sprinkle a little bit of that in there, and then she's gonna have her own fan base, and then that's gonna be her. And then the next person you meet is gonna do the same thing. And then your friends, they're gonna be the comments, because the comments are gonna be like, "Oh, where's Emily? Where's Emily? Oh my goodness, where's Emily? Oh, you should bring her in more videos." And then you do it, and then, "Oh, where's Jared? Jared, oh Jared, oh Jared." And then Jared gonna start his own thing because he think basically everybody's going to use you. This is not a good look.
He first appeared on the channel in 2017, and he was born in 2010. So that's 46% of his life so far that he's been on his mom's family channel. And while technically, since Farhan started at age 7, his percent is lower than Neon, but by the time he is Neon's age, assuming that the channel is still going when he's off in college or something, that'll be almost 70% of the time he's been alive spent on YouTube. Just imagine that, because let's be real, you remember way more of your childhood after 7 than before. Imagine that.
Why do kids do this? Why do kids look at this kid down? Oh wait, y'all can't see. Hold on. Don't mind my Windows activate Windows. Why do kids do this right here? Look.
That'll be almost 70% of the time he's
He
been
like
alive
poking her
spent on
butt,
YouTube.
putting his face in her butt. When I see kids do this, I be so mad at the parent, like the moms and stuff. I don't know why. Like it's not necessarily like you guys want that to happen or nothing, but like I feel like there's so many weirdos being born out here and being raised. I'm like, yo, don't do that. No, we're not doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now he gonna be a seat sniffer because you ain't stop him soon enough. That's not funny. That's not cute. Don't let kids do this in your private areas. Teach them at a young age.
Just imagine that, because let's be real, you remember way more of your childhood after 7 than before. So that's basically his entire childhood and now early teenage years captured online forever. 12 billion views. I don't think any of us could imagine our childhood being seen 12 billion times. Now I know it's not really his childhood because these videos could be scripted, but it just reminds me of Josh Peck kind of implying that he was embarrassed with the fact that his awkward teenage years are forever on the internet from old episodes of Drake and Josh. But I would argue that this is a bit different because a YouTube video is a bit more accessible than an episode of a TV show from 20 years ago. And I just wonder what the effect is on people who have essentially their entire life on the internet. And every experience is unique. Like Farhan and Mr. Beast probably don't have the same experience with this as someone like PewDiePie. Because despite the fact that he's been on YouTube for 15 years now, he was around 21 when he started. So he went through his entire childhood and teenage years without anyone knowing who he was because he was in college by the time he took YouTube serious. But a guy that convinces me of one of the effects is Neon. And that's the pressure being too much for a kid's brain. Because in case you don't know, when Neon was like 15, he faked his death for views. And while
I remember this, and I didn't know this was Neon before like Neon became the new Neon. You know what I mean? Like this happened and then you didn't know it's almost like the damn, it slipped my mind. Something happened where it came out and that was that guy, and then we only realized when we look back. But I was like, this is retarded. This guy, no weird stuff. But I was like, this guy someone should actually follow. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't follow through with that. On GTA.
this might just look like a guy who was always willing to do anything for views, it's important to look at it from a different angle. Like he was already trying to blow up on YouTube as a middle schooler. So already his mind was on a different level than the average 12-year-old. Because when I was 12, I thought it would be really cool to be famous and make money being a full-time entertainer. And even though I would watch YouTube every day, it never crossed my mind as a 12-year-old to make a YouTube video. And it's not even like I was overthinking it, I just wasn't thinking about it at all. But some kids, like Neon and Speed, had this goal and actually went after it with full dedication, which is crazy.
Dude, I have so many videos of me on playing like this old speed clip of me playing games and recording it, and I thought I was so nice, and and I was just trying, and especially like during C Day time, not when he came back, but like the first C Day, I thought I was really like that. I have all those. They're all unlisted on my vlog channel. They're all unlisted. I'm never posting those. Those are embarrassing. I'm over here singing. My voice is like this, and I'm like, no, I'm not posting those.
because I could barely dedicate myself to be a C student at that age. But when he faked his death, I think Neon had hit a point where he was making content for a few years and he just wasn't where he wanted to be, and he probably couldn't figure out why. And I understand that because as a teenager, I definitely had times where I felt like I should have been more ahead at something than I actually was, which in hindsight, I was a kid, but in my mind, at 15, I was almost an adult. And I felt kind of like those red pill kids where I was thinking, why don't I have $100,000 yet? Like, just go to school, bro.
Yeah, just focus on your own path. Comparison is a thief of joy. The more you compare, the more you will lose yourself and look like this SpongeBob face right here, thinking that you're not amounting to anything. Your time will come as long as you put in the work slowly. It's compounding interest.
But anyway, the pressure. Just imagine you spent all this time grinding as a kid. You're not thinking about going to college. I remember when I was trying to figure out how to get my family out the hood in high school, I started ditching school every day because I thought that my goal was more important than school. But I didn't even have a real plan. I was just ditching school. But with all the stupid decisions I made then, I can only imagine if I had tasted a tiny bit of success during that time, because I probably would have felt even more pressure. But this isn't groundbreaking information. The internet can do strange things to a developing brain. Like, for instance, Jack Doherty. People dislike him so much.
I was just about to say, and it goes hand in hand. As a kid, you get one taste and one sliver of success. That's your new personality. Someone like him, he does one thing, he got it. Like he was like a financial whatever, blew up a little bit, but there's a ceiling, there's a max that he took it to, and there's a max. He was basically kind of at the max of that. Like, oh, he's a smart, super smart kid, finance, investing, tips and stuff. Then he got, as a kid still, he still did the whole OnlyFans and social media where everybody hated him. Now that was his personality. He just leaned into that. So like your brain really does need to be developed before you start getting a success. That's why you need to have successful not successful, but good influential parents around you or friends or mentors around you that actually will tell you, yeah, but for my developed brain, that's pretty dumb. You shouldn't do that. But you're not gonna tell a kid nothing because they make more money than you.
Much at this point that it's hard to even remember where it started. But he didn't fall off, at least that much. He's
Not now you're not gonna tell a kid nothing. The kid's not gonna listen to you because they see it as like, I'm making more money than you. Why am I listening to you?
still big on kick, which helps him get clipped, which contributes to him not falling off. Oh, yeah, and I guess the 360 OF contracts that these girls keep signing with him also helps because I guess it beats working for minimum wage. But what he is today is the result of 10 years of mastering social media, or at the very least,
I heard Clav does the same thing. He hires these girls to do OF and stuff. 360, not even 360, they 720 deals. He doing 720 deals for everything you make. I'm getting literally 95%, and then any extra ads or any extra revenue, and you have to be on my every waking beck and call. That's the deal, and it's sad, but like these girls are idiots. You see a deal like that, and you're saying, "Yeah, let me just sign right here because it's
mastering how
clap. It's just clap. Let me." No, you're
to
dumb.
capitalize and make a lot of money, no matter the cost. Because remember, it all started here with Jack flipping cups in 2016. So how do we get from this to gambling sponsorships, being a public nuisance, and profiting off adult content? Well, in my opinion, part of it has to be the fact that he's been famous and probably felt the pressure to become more famous since before he could grow facial hair. I mean,
That's
he
what I
still
said.
doesn't have facial hair, but at his
Damn.
age he probably should. But anyway, it's also a clear sign that he was thinking on a different level at a young age. Like, it's not like the royalty family situation with Farhan, where he just happened to be there when his mom created a channel, because she was already on that level, as I've even read that she was making content in Colombia before he was born. But Jack being 13 and fully grasping what it was to be a YouTuber by 14 is a lot. Like, on one hand, I want to say it was mature because I couldn't do it at his age. I couldn't really focus on anything.
I could tell he's the type to be at every basketball camp, had all the KD gear. He gives off like, I'm wearing KD shoes, I'm wearing KD socks, the elite socks with the KD logo. I'm wearing a KD jersey. That's what he gives. Those are the kids you slap in the back of the head. Shut the fuck up. Watch out. You not playing, bro. You don't have next. Watch out. Watch out. Go over there. That's what he gives.
But then on the other hand, as a 13-year-old, I feel like it also kind of stunted his growth because when something becomes your job, you of course are going to look at ways to improve.
Like physically?
Especially if you generate a lot of money doing it. And just off his YouTube alone as a child, I can tell you that he was making a lot. Because just doing 2 million views in a month can earn you anywhere from $7,000 to $20,000, depending on your channel. And 2 million views in a month is really not that much when you think about a really big YouTube channel, or even a medium-sized YouTube channel. But at his peak on YouTube, he was doing 10 million views per video. And this was before he started streaming, so once he started doing both and understanding the importance of clips, he clearly just started focusing on staying viral, which might seem like it's something that you have to do, but if you have a following, you definitely can still earn a living without really going viral. But I imagine being used to a certain lifestyle since like 8th grade, you, as a high schooler, would do anything to keep that going, especially after 18, when the bills really start to hit. But he didn't really start making the type of content that gave him his current reputation until he was an adult. And just based on him being who he is,
You know, I wonder when people go through this, like Bobby Althoff, Hot Pua, this man here, like, what do these people's families say? Like, how do they respond to this? It's okay. No, he's okay. He's gonna be doing. You're gonna figure it out. It's okay. Or like, what is you doing? You dumbass. Stop doing what you're doing. Be regular. I'm tired of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it? Like, I know you can sit here and say, "Oh, my parents they don't like me, or they don't." Like, we seen Lily Phillips with her parents were like, "We don't like what she's doing." We don't like, but like, what about the people that are doing? I won't say necessarily worse, but like more, like those other people I just mentioned, scamming thousands and millions of dollars from Hawk to a coin to him signing millions of dollars worth of uh 17 and literally 23-year-old women to OnlyFans, girls to OnlyFans, or injecting methamphetamine, some Breaking Bad into girls' faces to look smacks. Like, how are these parents like? Well, they making money, they helping you pay the house, or are they like, yo, can you stop? I thought we would hear. I feel like we would see more of that, like them speaking out against them.
I don't think he's embarrassed about part of his childhood being on YouTube because it looks like he accomplished everything he was trying to do. But I can't help but feel that now he has a warped view of the world because of it. Like he does things that people dislike him for, and we can say he does it for views, but that also means that he has no problem harassing people or just genuinely treating every human he came into contact with like content because, well, they were. And I'm sure he doesn't feel like he's taking advantage of these girls because they're only around him in the first place to leech off him. But none of this can be healthy. He started as a naive kid that grew up into a clout goblin, and now he lives in a house full of OF demons that pay him, and he still gets made fun of. Like, I wonder, who are his real friends? Or does he even have any? Oh yeah, and Jack's also been on the internet for about 40% of his total existence at this point. But regardless, I wanted to make a deep dive on family channels for some time, but I just didn't want to go too hard on them in this video because the family channels that were very bad for kids, we already know about those guys, and they're no longer platformed, at least some of them. I can't really speak for all the accounts on.
See, like, you see what he's wearing? I don't know. It looks like basketball. He looks like he got goggles on. This is exactly what he like. You live in Oklahoma, or you live you live in like Midwest, and you either like OKC or Golden State. Like, and you have all the gear. Like the gear that nobody buys, like a t-shirt with the team name and the player on the back. And like you have like this weird sweatband that's like orange or something. Like, that's what these kids are giving.
TikTok, but I guess it's possible that on some of these popular YouTube channels, it is an enjoyable experience for the kids and they're definitely set up for life. But family channels alone don't show the full scope of what I'm talking about. Because obviously, there are people who put themselves on the internet as children, and as a result, they come into adulthood with a significant portion of their life experience being intertwined with content creation. Which is very interesting to think about. YouTube has been around for a long time, like majority of my life. And it's crazy that before platforms like this, a kid had no chance of being a content creator. Or really, no one really had a chance of being a content creator. You had to go to like auditions and try to get in a movie or a TV series and possibly have to deal with a creepy Hollywood producer. But, I mean, clout is clout. And no matter how you get it, it'll change your life. And getting it too early seems pretty detrimental. Like, I'm glad that y'all never got to listen to me trying to drop some knowledge when I was 14. Because, wow, that'd be embarrassing.
Now y'all would have heard some real spiritual, lyrical lemonade type of stuff coming from my mouth. I was very empowered at a young age. I would have been saying, I'm not gonna lie, I was saying dumb things at a very young age. I was never serious. You know, I would have, the same way I was doing the Harlem Shake, being awkward and quirky, and how I smooth removed that from the internet. I would smooth remove everything from there. Y'all not gonna know me until I want y'all to know me up until that day. Let me tell you now. Y'all not gonna see one video until that day. I might even go back and delete my first 2 months of YouTube. Embarrassing. Without further ado, I appreciate it for watching. I love you to death, boy. Let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comment section. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm gone.